G'day everyone and welcome back to another shell finding adventure. A big rain band swept through here last night up on the Fraser coast over here. I thought it might have sent the shells away, but it looks like we still got plenty. We're going to start off with this beautiful green sea urchin. I think it is the short-spined sea urchin. Also, I don't see it moving, so I'm just going to assume that most of the ones that are washed up to this high rack line are probably deceased. Anyway, I've just walked down from the beach access. It's literally right there where it joins to the car park. I thought, what if the rain swept all the shells away? Look at all the shells down there, all that kind of like cream coloration. Can't wait to look through it and hopefully find some more beauties today. And for anyone wondering what all the shells on the rack line look like, I think it's mostly just old cockle shells and arc shells. But hopefully we'll find some more goodies as we go along. Yes, another green sea urchin. These guys are pretty nasty. Like, they got like gross stinky bits inside of them. I will try to show you some nice ones eventually. But yep, another sea urchin. I have just noticed that there is like a significant number of urchins here. Yeah, that one's whole. Don't know why it was buried upside down in the sand. I am going to put them in that white bag after I collect up a few. This one as well. Yeah, that one's whole. So a lot of you might be wondering why there are so many sea urchins at this beach as opposed to a lot of the other beaches that I visit. And the answer is that way out there's actually a lot of seagrass. And sea urchins actually eat, seagrass and kelp beds and all of that kind of stuff. And that's what they live on. So they just wash up here a lot because their environment is just right out past the mud flats. And oh, that's a big one. Look at this guy. My goodness. I also learned a bit about sea urchins since I last did my last video. And it's that sea urchins don't actually have brains. They've got some kind of like neural net that helps them react to stimuli. Oh, there's another one over here. And so they just react to input. They can't actually think. And that's because all the seagrass that they eat doesn't give them enough energy to have a brain. So if I say, wow, you're smarter than a sea urchin, it's not really a great compliment. Oh, I like the colours on this one. Let's take a look. Hey, it's got like a nice yellow on the inside as well. I think this one is a two-toned cardita. I mean, that's just my best guess anyway. Oh, that is very unusual. I thought that was like, I don't know, like trash or something. But look, it's a piece of driftwood with a leafy oyster attached to it. So usually driftwood doesn't like sit on the bottom of the ocean. This one must have been sitting for a while to grow this oyster on top. I have absolutely no idea if I can keep that with the wood on it. I'm like, it's rotting wood. It feels kind of like soft and not great to keep. But that oyster looks really nice on it though. That's a conundrum for me. Do I leave it or take it? Wow, I told myself to give it a break for the sea urchins for a bit, but look at this one. It's got like black spines. This one's got like super red orange spines with a lighter color. To my knowledge, these are all the exact same species, it's hard to find sea urchin species, but anyway, very, very cool, especially with the white tips on the end of these spines. That is an incredible one. I will be de-spining it though when I clean it. The first moon snail today, although I have seen a couple that have looked very old and calcified. This one stood out because he's got a bit of natural shine, got a lovely black colour running up its swirl. This one is a bladder moon snail, one of the yellow coloured varieties. Well, I promised I would show you a lot less gross ones. Anyway, this one's a lot less gross. It's got some lovely purple through it. Obviously, variety is not the name of the game right now. It's all been these beautiful sea urchins. Wow, I actually really, really like that with all the purple on it. Some of them that I have collected, and there are probably about 40 in that bag now, did have some purple underneath their spines, but they are a little bit grosser, so I didn't show them. I also just noticed over here, yeah, look at this nice mangrove snail. Oh, it is all whole. I wasn't sure if it would be. This guy is the brown-ribbed mudwhelk or something like that. I always forget the name of these, but that is a very nice little shell. I'm not really close to the mangroves. That's a nice one that's been swept in by the rain. Well, I can't keep showing you more of these, but guys, there are just so many. 1, 2, 3. There's a little one there. 4, 5. There's a big one there. 6. Oh my goodness, this is going to be kind of fun, but a lot of cleaning up. Oh my goodness, don't they look just absolutely amazing? Well, after picking up almost like 50 sea urchins, I have decided to come down the shore here. It's like mostly cockles, so imagine my surprise when I spotted this one. Sir, are you a whole baler shell? Oh, it is. Okay, he has lost like part of his backside, poor fella, but look at how nice and spiky he is. Sorry, I'm gonna have to wash him out somewhere. There we go. This guy must have been sitting in the sand for a while because he smells like the sand sometimes has a weird smell. Anyway, wow. I love the front. I am crying over the back half. It kind of makes him look cute and round, even though it means he's like brokenish. Anyway, yes, it is a lovely, probably subadult Baler shell because he's got all those lovely spines. He is a bit bigger than the little baby ones I find, but hopefully we can find a few more like this and in even better condition. Ooh, a Hercules club whelk. It looks like it's got a very pointy point on it. It might be like white from age or from calcification, but the textures and the point are very nice on this one. Usually they get worn down really, really quickly. This is actually a fairly common shell around some parts of the coast here, especially around the mangroves. It's just a really fun one to find, especially in good condition like that. Oh, I have spotted a pop of colour. I'm just going to stretch. Oh, it's whole. How do you look? Oh, everyone, isn't that a pretty freaking scallop? My goodness, which scallop are you, good sir? You know what? I'm not really sure. I think I found one with a similar shape, and I think I called it a Singapore scallop. God, look at all the pretty patterns on him. That is freaking lovely. It's got like very, very pointy sides on it too. This must be a very, very fresh one that's washed up. I'm finding a lot of the pretty bivalves today. Bivalves is the name of the shells that have two sides like clams and cockles. This one is an orange cockle. Again, finding all the pretty bivalves. I've just saw this guy. I have actually noticed a few of these already. It is a circular tapestry clam. The shell feels kind of damp, so it's still got some very nice colors, but there's a chance it'll dry looking quite white. But if you put mineral oil on it, it'll keep those lovely red colors on it. Another lovely two-toned cardita shell, nice and large with a lot of its textures on it. And also, as I was squatting down, I noticed, yeah, this one, look at him, trying to hide from me. He's a little bit worse for wear, but it is a swollen, wide-mouthed top shell. I'm hoping to find a lot more here, because last time I found about 7 of them. It was absolutely crazy. These ones are usually a rarer find on the Fraser Coast. Ooh, another lovely brown mud whelk. Yes, I am just enjoying the textures on these guys here. I think what I like most about the ones that I found today is that they have their nice lips all intact. It's a very, very delicate lip because this is a land snail, and land snail shells are much, much thinner than the sea snail's shells. Oh, look at him. That's another one of those really, really pretty scallops. I have no idea if this is actually the Singapore scallop or not. It's hard to research scallops. I will do my best because, wow, that is extremely beautiful with all those kind of like light pink bands with almost like a yellowy cream in between with some flecks of color. Oh, super analyzing this super like pretty scallop. My goodness. I have absolutely no idea what all this black sand is, but it is like the most slipperiest sludge ever. Do not walk on this if you come to this beach. Oh, I want it. It's on the black sludge of doom. I'm gonna walk very carefully. Look at, oh my God, I'm slipping. I'm sliding. Wow, that was literally 3 steps and I nearly keeled over. Anyway, this one looks really nice. I'm finding like some of the most beautiful scallops here. I think it's a stranger's scallop, but that doesn't look right because it doesn't like double over there. I'm actually not really sure what it is. Please excuse that wind, by the way. It's very beautiful though. That could just, be something I'm not really sure about in the end. I was wondering when I would run into one of these. Let's see if I can get some of the sand out without like spiking myself on it. This guy should be a pen shell. I always forget the proper name for it. I think it was the comb-like razor clam or something like that anyway. They're kind of abundant here sometimes. This guy is extremely like sun-worn, beach-worn. He's very white is what I'm saying. There's not much of his like nice shine or patterning left on it, but it is the second baby Baler shell today. It's not quite a baby anymore, I guess. Ooh, it's one of the rare times I find a cowrie here. Wow, it's actually quite nice. Look at how that color wraps all the way around to the base like that. It means that this one was a subadult cowrie. It's not fully matured. This one should be a green tinted cowrie, one of the few cowries that do actually live on sand instead of rocks and reef. It has faded a bit. That's why it's gone such a brown color instead. This stuff is pretty cool. It's a piece of coral. I have absolutely no idea what kind of coral it is. It just washes up here a lot, although I haven't seen much of it today. I do have plenty of it at home, so I'll collect a little bit for now, but I'll probably end up leaving it at the beach after I'm done. Oh, sir, aren't you fancy looking? Look at all of his textures, and there's like subtle hints of red going through it as well. That is a very, very nice, swollen, wide-mouthed top shell. It's got kind of like a mouthful of a name, doesn't it? It almost looks like it's got like a set of spines on that ridge right there. It's very, very interesting. Hoping to find a few more of these today as well. And there we go. I was waiting to come across these. Just can't believe it was later rather than sooner. It is a joined propeller arc shell. Propeller because it looks all twisty-turny, I guess. And this one still has its brown periostracum on it that helped the shell to grow. So you know it's a pretty fresh find. Oh, he is a big fella. Look at this one. It is a lined neurite. Some people call them neorites. I think both is like a perfectly fine pronunciation. It is another mangrove snail. I wasn't actually expecting to find any here. I didn't actually know if there would be any, so that is very exciting because I always love the neurites. A little guy right here. This is the first intact one of these I've seen so far. Mostly they're broken in half somehow. But this one is a beautiful spotted strawberry top shell, a kind of a common shell around here. Urchin, urchin, sea urchin, sea urchin, another sea urchin. There's some more sea urchins here. 1, 2, 3. There's another one there. There is so many sea urchins. So no more for me until I find that absolutely massive giant one. And no, that is not a sea urchin. That is a sea bush. It's making the sand around it kind of purple. I don't really want to take that with me. Thought I was done with sea urchins, but this one's got white spikes on it. Or at least very, very light green spikes. I mean, the actual shell underneath looks the same as all the other ones. It's just a bit different how they all have like different colored spikes, even though they are the same species. I might be able to squeeze this one into my bucket because it's a bit unusual. Another joined propeller arc. Yeah, I think this one looks maybe even nicer than the first one. Like its shape and edges are just a bit better. Oh, there we go. They come apart very easily from here because their joins are so fragile after sitting up here in the sun for a while. Oh, he is very cute. Look at this one. Oh, he's got a pretty good lip on him too. It's yeah, it's pretty decent. It is another bladder moon snail, but it's just got like a very, very light blue eye. Like it just wanted to be extra blue and not brown around that center swirl. That is very cute. He goes in with the almost full bucket. Oh my god. Oh, doesn't that have a nice color? Hello, let's take a look. Bash off the sand? Yeah, it is an Indo-Pacific arc shell with a Pacific jewel box attached to it. Usually I knock off these Pacific jewel boxes, but that one's got a nice color too. This Indo-Pacific arc shell is also called a turkey wing. This one's even got some of its brown periostracum on the end there that actually makes it look like it's feathered. Hey, that is the first sorted moon snail for the day. I mean, I have been seeing very white and worn away ones, which I don't really want to pick up. That one is also a very sun-bleached sorted moon snail, but I want the shiny ones with a bit of color. This one is a grey-blue colored one. They can also come in a maroon color as well. Wow, I have not found a joined one of these in ages. Look at this guy. So yeah, if any beach has joined bivalves, it's probably going to be this one because a lot of them wash up here very much intact. It is a fingernail clam, also called a razor clam. These guys seem to be pretty common along the eastern and northern coast of Queensland. Another intact propeller arc shell. He looks very nice. It's just a nice small one. I found that the small ones are joined while the larger ones typically break apart a bit easier, so I don't know what that's all about, but he goes gently into the bucket, and yes, sometimes I catch like a whiff of this bag and it's like, whoa, it's not great. Oh, a few goodies here. Number one is this guy. Yeah, that's very, very nice. Look at all the delicate textures on it. This one is an Australian angel wing. They only get like, I don't know, just a little bit bigger. They're a lot smaller than the ones from the United States. And also, I did notice this guy almost buried in the sand. It looks intact, actually. It's got a whole bunch of sand in the middle of it. Oh, it came out. There we go. This one was something like a a prickly pen shell. It's a bit different than the first pen shell I found because it's got all those little like serrated teeth on the outside of it that, prickle your skin, I guess. That's where the name comes from. Oh, I've just spotted a different kind of urchin. So these are the ones that I've long since stopped picking up, the green ones. This is the first one I've seen, even like a piece of it here, and it's like a whole one. These are extremely delicate and break apart as soon as you pretty much touch them. I know from experience, I never actually cleaned all the old ones of these I found at the other beach. They're all like sitting, decomposing in a bag somewhere until I like work up the courage to do it. Anyway, it is a heart urchin. It looks like it's got a tiny crack right through there, so it might not survive wherever I place it, like backpack or bucket. But they're very, very cool. They're just something very unusual and delicate that usually don't wash up all that often. I think this is the first one of these I found. Yeah, it's just full of sand and a bit of grass. This one is a very, very shiny mussel shell. It's shiny because it's got that brown periostracum on it. If I recall correctly, it was an elongated mussel shell. Ooh, that is big and joined. I don't want to snap the joint of that. Look at this one. It's not a pill arc, but it is another type of arc. I do see them sometimes. I usually don't pick them up, but this one's in very nice condition. Still got that brown outer layer on it. Still got that very strong joint. Let's see if it can stay together in the nearly full bucket of chaos. Ooh, that one looks shiny. I have noticed a few of these today, but they've been very, very beach worn and not shiny at all. This one is an Australian jingle. I guess they're more cupped and also larger than the jingles from the United States. I don't know about the other jingles around the world, but yep, this one is definitely a keeper. So here are the shell finds for today. And if you've enjoyed them, please hit that like button for me and subscribe if you want to see more shelling adventures. Well, everyone, look at how many sea urchins I found. And that isn't even all of them. I've got like, at least double that many still in the bag. I just pulled out the ones that, showed the actual sea urchin test. That is the name of the shell. The test a little bit better for the photo and for the outro. But anyway, it is time to talk about a favorite now. And if you do have a favorite as well, please let me know down in the comments. Once again, lots of sea urchins, and some of them are even my favorites. But I do want to give some special mentions to a few of the other shells first. I really did like this nice brown and shiny bladder moon snail. I thought that was very nice. I found a lot of these two-toned cardita shells. I want to give a special mention to this one, which I also think is very nice. And you know what? I'm just going to go out and do something a bit different. I'm going to give a special mention to the jingle, because it's been a while since I saw a nicely textured and shiny jingle that I liked so much. But as for my favorites, my goodness, you know what? I think it's basically all sea urchins, because a couple of the sea urchins really stood out to me. But actually, no, there is one other shell that is a favorite. That's not an urchin. It is this beautiful scallop. I think it might be a Singapore scallop, but not sure about that. Anyway, as for the favorite urchins, I really like this one with all of its purple stripes. I just think that's absolutely fantastic. Yes, all of these will need a clean out. I am not looking forward to that. I probably want to give a favorite to the sea urchin with the white spines. I know it's not going to have white spines after I clean it, but you know what? Just going to give it its 15 seconds of fame. It was the only one with white spines that I saw, so I thought that was pretty cool. And you know what? The biggest sea urchin, because, bigger is sometimes always better. It's not the biggest one I've ever gotten from here. The biggest one was given to me by a lady who actually lives here. But yeah, this is a nice big one as well, so it gets the favorite too. And that's it for this time, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.